Hey there, CraigTrader family. Thank you for tuning in, for stopping by. Thank you for tuning into the channel. In this particular video, I'm going to do a dive into the topic of how I make over $5,000 per month without working. That's right. You know what this channel is about if you've been tuning in. But for those of you that are new, we really deal with different types of investments that we are into that either produce high yield, high growth, or high yield dividends, which can eventually replace our income per month or supplement our income. So that whether you're a seasoned investor or someone new getting in, I want you to follow me on this journey to be able to create wealth, create a greater monthly income every month. And in this channel, I basically show you how to do that if you're following the journey. So I wanted to do a dive into this, and I could say it's without working, but really you still have to work a little bit, and that is just with your computer. Basically going into your account, investing in certain stocks and ETFs that produce a high yield monthly income. And I even have some that produce weekly, but as I said, I like to go into kind of stages and produce these videos where I'm dealing with maybe one topic on one particular issue, like the high yield dividends, another one on the weekly dividend funds that I invest in, and then of course the different type of stock picks that I have for you. And if you are into my email newsletter, if you haven't subscribed yet, it's free. Go to CraigTrader.com, drop your email address in there, and I will be able to send you information on the different investments that I'm doing that I haven't made a video on, or something that the subscribers get something extra that I may not produce or put on the videos. And also, I have an upcoming book coming out, which I'll let you know when that's launching also. And it's about how to become rich by investing in various things, but particularly in the stock market. So it'll be my first book. I'm excited about it. It has a lot of information in it, especially for those of you that don't know about investing or are a little bit afraid about investing. Knowledge is power, and the more knowledgeable about something you become, which is why on this channel I try to educate, entertain, educate, inform, and inspire. The more knowledge you have of something, the less you'll be afraid to do it. And the more you experience the defeats and successes of something, you'll learn more about it, and you won't be so afraid to get into it. So with our particular topic on today, which is dealing with the more than $5,000 of income that I bring in per month, it basically replaced the job that I had, of course, and as well as I'm able to take portions of those dividends, since my expenses are not $5,000 a month. I'm able to take the portion of those dividends or payments that come out, reinvest part of that back into the stocks and ETFs, and that creates what's called an income snowball, or you're rolling over some of your income into buying more of the security or stock or ETF, and that in turn you get more dividends paid out on the growing amount of stock or ETFs that you have. Therefore, you're increasing your income every month, and you're increasing the growth or the size of your portfolio every month. It's an awesome thing because you have basically the control of your destiny, the control of your financial future, and that's an awesome thing to have. And because the more you have coming in to cover your expenses, put away, help with kids, sometimes grandkids, although you have to look out for yourself first so that you'll be able to look out for your family. The basis of this is to create a lifestyle that helps you create freedom. Freedom to do different things. That's how I have the freedom to now be able to write the book that's always been in my heart, that I believe God has given me, and just inspire me, has always been within me, to be able to share the knowledge, the insight, the experiences that I've been through with others. Because whatever we've been through, when we help others, we also, I believe, help ourselves, and we're able to put out there to help someone to grow and gain in a particular area of life. Maybe you've been experiencing and gone through certain experiences. If we share that, we're able to help others. That in turn helps you, because I believe when you help or bless someone else, the blessings and help come back to you in some form, in some fashion, and you get satisfaction out of that. It makes us feel better, it makes us better people, and it makes us better citizens of this planet, I believe. And I know it's better than to give, and giving is also receiving. So we're talking about these income dividends, and you may say, well, what is a dividend? For those of you that don't know, well, basically dividends are payments that you get from owning a particular stock or ETF, or exchange traded fund, which is the stock of a company. So the company is essentially paying you something, whatever percentage it is. And most larger companies, I'll just use for instance like Coca-Cola, some of the other companies, AT&T, things like that, they may pay whatever, 3%, 4%, 5%, 6%. Some even pay as high as 9 and 10%, like Energy Transfer in the oil and energy field. But they don't compare to the dividend funds that I've discovered and that I'm using for myself to replace my income. So if you're talking about a dividend, or even if you're in a high yield savings account, it'll take you an extraordinarily high amount of money, which most of us don't have, to create a decent income. Because you're talking about basically receiving 5% a year of the amount of value of your particular portfolio or stock fund. So just say you have $100,000 in a fund and it's getting 5% a year. Well, you're making $5,000 a year, and it's better than nothing. But if you know better, you can do better. If you have greater access to something that can increase your income and your wealth faster, then why not go for that than something that's paying less? And that's the basic premise of this. You want to increase your income fast as possible. And I just wanted to kind of give a shout out to Calvin and also Brother Phipps, Pastor Phipps, over at Phipps Barber College over in Richton Park, Illinois. That's where I go get my hair cut, and sharing things with the brothers and sisters over there about this. So giving a shout out about them if you want to. And I'm not getting paid for it, but just came to mind that they said they would start watching the channel, because they said our community really needs to know more about financial literacy, which is true. We're lacking in a lot of areas, mainly financial stability, financial discipline, and financial knowledge. Because why not take advantage of wealth building if you know how to do it? So that's part of what my channel is really about, the most part, is to help us create a better stream of income, a better stream of wealth building, growing our knowledge and growing our portfolios. Because things are not getting cheaper. No matter who gets in the presidency, they're not going to save you from financial ruin if we don't take charge of our own finances. If we don't take charge of increasing our income, preparing ourselves for the future, preparing for unknown events. You know, I believe it said that the average person is 2 paychecks away from basically going broke. And so you don't want to be in that percentage. You want to be able to increase your income, increase your knowledge, and increase your nest egg, increase your retirement, your own retirement fund. So we know even some people that are maybe nearing retirement age or are retirement age, and you're not gaining the income that you really need to live a really decent and a healthy lifestyle without worry. Well, you'll always worry a little bit when it comes to investments. I still little bit wonder, because you're just not sure about it completely. But you try to put yourself in a position where you're gaining the most money as safely as possible. And the good thing about these stocks and ETFs, if worst were to come to worst, you can just sell everything and turn it into cash right away in your account. It's not like an asset, which real estate is good on some ends, but it's not like real estate where it would take a long time to sell to get your money out. When you have stocks and ETFs, I literally go into the account sometimes, and the same day I may sell out of 5 different stocks and buy 3 or 4 different ones within the same day, within a few minutes or hours. So you can move your money around like you want to. You're in control of your money. So with dividends, the company is paying you basically, usually out of the profits, some money for being an owner of the stock. So they're rewarding you for owning the stock. So why not have that? And you have the potential of growth as well as income coming in every month. And not all stocks pay income monthly. That's why with these, I'm sharing them with you. There's I've looked around. Also, there's most channels that will not share these things with their subscribers. Also, I'm going to be sharing some things, some different investments with you that I don't hear anywhere. Even if you notice, if you look at the financial channels like Bloomberg, CNBC, these investments are not mentioned on there hardly at all. And maybe it's because of liability they feel they would face. But the thing is, they're not informing people, and I'm sure many of them are taking advantage of these investments themselves. So if you get a pen and paper, write these stock symbols down. I will put them in the comment section below. Also remember, like, subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. You're going to be getting great content and continue to get great knowledge that I can share with you. Also, don't forget to go in there and hit that notification bell so you know about every video that I put out so that you won't miss it. Go to CraigTrader.com, put your email in there, and get that free newsletter. Also, in the description below and on the CraigTrader.com website, if you don't have an account open or you don't have an account where you can buy these securities because you can't get them everywhere, I noticed that I carried on Stash account. But I do have a Robinhood and Moomoo link, which are 2 companies that I use to invest in these particular shares. And you can write the symbols down, or you can play the video back, of course, and also refer back to some of my other videos that I just did recently. But the first one is Coney. What I call Coney is C-O-N-Y. And then the next one is Misty, M-S-T-Y. The next one I call Nvidia, N-V-D-Y. And then I have Ulti, U-L-T-Y. And another one that I invest in is QQQY, QQQY. That's from a different fund. But these are usually Yield Max funds. And you can look that site up, Yield Max ETFs. There's Defiance Funds, which is the QQQY. And then Roundhill Investments puts some high yield ETFs out also, which I'll try to go over in this video. If not, I'll go over it in the next one, kind of a rollover into the next one. But just to let you know, these different investments pay out monthly. They pay out about the same time per month. There's something called an ex-dividend date, which means the ex-dividend date, when you go to your platform, if it shows it, or you go to the website, the Yield Max website, it'll show you the ex-dividend date, which means you have to own that stock by that date to be able to get paid that particular month for the stock. So you'll have an ex-dividend date and you'll have a payable or payout date. That generally with the Yield Max funds, they're only a few days apart. So I got paid for Coney, Misty, and Nvidia. I got paid this month on the 8th. And I believe the ex-dividend date was the 5th of the month. So I get paid around the same time every month. These particular stocks or ETFs are yielding pretty much around 100% of what you put in. 100% per year. So you're basically doubling your income every year without having to do anything but invest in them. Watch them, of course. If they begin to move down, I usually just buy more. I dollar cost average and buy more with the income that I have coming in, and with any additional income that I have come from somewhere else. I put that money into these ETFs as well as other stocks and ETFs that I invest in. And if you've been following the channel, and like I said, look back at the few channels, a few videos. If you're new to the channel, look back at some of my past videos, and I've shared different stocks and ETFs that I'm into. So basically, Coney, Misty, NVIDIA, and ULTY, QQQY does about 70% a year, which is still phenomenal. I mean, you can't compare it to 5%, 10% a year. So this means you need a whole lot less money to produce the same income somebody is getting that has a much greater amount of money. I remember I ran into a lady in a senior citizen home some years ago, and she basically said that she was struggling, and she was saying, boy, I thought I'd be able to survive off my $300,000. Wow. So I'm there making a delivery, and she's talking to me about her investments and things. But whatever she was invested in, of course, I didn't go into it. I didn't know this lady, but she was just sharing her retirement information with me. And I'm thinking, wow, she's not even probably getting 10% on her money if she's talking about she's struggling. Even if she got 10% in dividends, that would have been $30,000 a year. So she's in a senior citizen home saying how rough it is for her to make it. Well, these high yield investments just came out a few months ago, at the most almost a year now. And when I discovered them, I was like, wow. So I began to go into them. Just to share a little bit of my story, I began to buy a little bit in. I put, I think, $1,000 in, because I'm like, I'm going to see if this stuff's going to crash, or if my money's going to be gone, or I got to sell out of it real quick before it goes down too much. But they paid out. So the next month, I put in like $5,000, and they paid out. Off that $5,000, my dividends off that $5,000 for that month was close to $500. So I'm like, wow, I'm making this kind of money. I was like, man, what if I put 50,000 in? So that's what I did. I put 50,000 I had saved up, and through other investments. I don't believe in just saving. You're not going to get wealthy just saving. You must invest your money in some good solid companies, good high growth, high yield stocks, to have that money working for you. While you're working to get the money, make sure the money you have is working at least as hard as you are to make more money. Does that make sense? Well, make sure you're putting your money in a place that's working hard to help you make more money. That's one of the main purposes of money. A lot of people don't know that, especially in a lot of different cultures and communities. We'll get our money to spend it, but most of your money has to be allocated to make more money, so you never run out of money, and your wealth is continually building. I've had situations where I've run into people, and of course they don't even have money something happens, the family doesn't have money to have a proper funeral or burial for their loved ones, or cremation, or however they want to do it. But literally, I was at a funeral one time where a friend of mine had passed, and his family didn't have basically any money. And at the memorial service, the funeral director had to come get the urn with the ashes and take it back to the funeral home because they had not paid for the full services of the cremation yet. And that's not to down anyone. Anybody who's really lived life and come from the bottom or an average income, we've all gone through some serious difficulties in life. Life has not been fair to us. Life has been super hard to us. It's not to down anybody. I'm just using it as an example of what we can go through and how to get ourselves out of that cycle of always needing, always scratching to get the next dollar, always gotten to hustle, and and kind of be able to relax a little bit, enjoy some time with friends, family, loved ones, enjoy some time just doing nothing. Sometimes enjoy time just taking a drive to a lake. And I like nature, so I go to the different parks, forest preserves, whatever. I love water and nature. It helps calm me. It helps make me more peaceful. I can reflect, pray, meditate, do my things spiritually, emotionally, get myself back balanced, do my affirmations. We need time with ourselves. We need time with our Creator, with God, those of us that do that. And so whatever it is you need, more income without having to run and hustle and work for it. And I don't have to work for it other than keep managing my investments properly, spend less than what I'm making, and I'm beginning to, of course, have more than what I make all the time. And so I love traveling, so I'm able to travel more. And I'm going to start another channel dealing with some of my traveling that I do. But the traveling is coming from investing in these different vehicles and investing in the stock market, with it throwing off money and profits. And of course, having money in the stock market as it's growing, if you do have a need, and I've done it several times where I had a need and I said, well, I need some money. I got to sell some shares. Fine. Sell a couple of $1,000s worth of shares if you really need it. But guess what? The $2,000 of shares I had, what if I just kept that $2,000 in the bank and I need it? And this is what I try to discuss with my daughters. If you have $2,000 saved, but you need it, you pull $2,000 and you don't have the $2,000 anymore. But if you invest it, and by the time you need that money, that $2,000 has become $4,000. You get what I'm saying? That money that has doubled, say in a year, and you need $2,000, well, pull the $2,000. But guess what? Your money produced money, so you still have $2,000 left to produce more money until you can get that money back to replace the $2,000 you took. And then you will have $4,000 plus the increase of money that keeps coming, plus whatever you're able to invest monthly into growing these things. And so open up those accounts. Go to CraigTrader.com. I would open up all 3 accounts. I would, if you can, put at least $100 in each account. If not, start with whatever you have, $20 in each account. You'll get some free portions of stock by doing that also in the different links. And I'll get a little bit of money from you also investing in it. But guess what? We're in this ride together. We're in this journey together. And you're not going to lose on my watch. Not if I have anything to do with it. And so stay informed, stay up on the videos, stay up on the emails that I send, because I'll let you know what changes are being made. But basically, I'm making more than $5,000 per month without working a regular job, without running a business. Of course, the businesses that I'm building and the platforms I'm building now, that's additional work. I don't have to do it. It's just in my heart to do. And I've always been a business person, salesperson, mostly working customer service jobs when I did work in the corporate America, sales and customer service. But it's always been in my heart to be self-employed fully and be able to sustain, take care of yourself, your family, and still continue to work and grow other businesses or enterprises or whatever it is your heart's desire. Travel more. These are the type of things that I'm very much interested in, and to do ministry work and things of that nature. So just so that I can just kind of show you, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it good, but I've got it on my laptop. I'm not the best at technology and all that stuff, but you'll get the gist of it. So you'll see on here, and if you look to where the numbers are, there's 1,098, 1,261, and $689. And basically what you're looking at is my dividend payouts. And it'll show you the date, the amount, and the security that it paid out on, which is Coney, Misty, and also NVIDIA. So I have less shares of NVIDIA or NVIDIA, which is the NVDY, but I'm accumulating those shares even more as I come in, and I try to make them where it's even, so that I'm not overweighted too much in one particular asset or fund. So I try to keep them about even, so that'll give me some balance and some diversification. But I know this was a blessing to you. Continue to come on the journey with me. Let's build this wealth together. Let's build some legacy together. Let's build some generational wealth together, for real. You got a lot of people out here talking about generational wealth, but they're talking about real estate. You need money. You need experience. I've done real estate in the past. You need to go around. You need to look at property. You need to manage people. You need to be able to send repair people. If you can't fix it yourself, things go wrong on the property. You got to send nothing wrong if you want to be into real estate. But for me, most of my money is in the stock market, where I can control it. I can see it on a screen every day. I can pull money out of it. I can spend money out of the debit card portion attached to my account. I can sell something, use the money for something else, pay a bill, invest in other things, go on vacation, as I said. You're in control. It's liquid. It's not like the money's left you. You can check your account 10 times a day if you want to, and the money is there showing you exactly what it's doing, how it's growing or how it's losing. But if it's losing, if it's a good company and a good stock, stay in it. Continue to invest, because over time it's been proven the stock market will continue to grow no matter what, boom, bust. It's been through a lot of cycles. The ones who become wealthy are the long-term investors. Now, you don't have to stay in a particular stock too long. If it becomes a bad stock, like in my opinion, Boeing, terrible. They're going through a lot of problems. The stock is going nowhere, or the stocks move slow and they don't increase. I don't get into those very long. I get out of it and get into stuff that's moving, like NVIDIA, Apple computer. Apple's stock is back moving again. Tesla, Google, the Magnificent Seven stocks, which I'm going to do a video coming up on the Magnificent Seven, so you know what that is. But hey, hit that like, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and also share this video with others so that they can take advantage of the wealth building journey as well. It's hard to explain to people about wealth and stocks, so share the videos, let them get an idea of it, then you can talk back to them about it and go from there, especially some of our family members. And whatever they say or don't do, get involved in the wealth building process yourself. Don't wait on anyone else. Take the small leap of faith to growing and getting out of your comfort zone and just handling the status quo like you've regularly been handling. All right, so thank you for tuning in. Remember, like, subscribe, share, and I'll be back in touch with you. Remember, you can't win the game unless you're in the game. So get in the game, play to win, stay blessed, stay focused, stay prosperous, and I'll see you soon.